zoned industrial, it's probably gonna develop. When will that be? Who in the heck knows? I mean, I don't have any idea. But someday, it'll probably happen. And sewer, when it gets there, it's gonna enhance the ability for that to happen. I agree with you. You know, there's no question that when sewer gets there, that does, it does spur commercial type growth in an area. In Clearcreek Township, for years, we've been pounded on by citizens, and maybe not any of you, but to develop Clearcreek Township into some commercial area to offset some of the tax base. I've been listening to that for 25 years. That's the area where it's gonna occur, because there's no other area in Clearcreek Township that's likely to happen. Personal opinion. Maybe nobody will go out there and buy that ground. I don't know. But there's no place else for them to grow in Clearcreek Township that's gonna have access to a sewer that already has zoning for industrial. There's some industrial, as I recall. There's certainly some, what is the Stolly property over there zoned? Is that all, some beach, is that?
To the north is industrial, to the south is still residential, because the time that it came through, we weren't sure what it wanted to be, so. We're still at.
To be clear, you said to the west, you're referring to the east of this particular property.
For what? No, I expect it to be developed out that way also,
Right.
to the east, or to the west, I'm sorry.
Past where you're talking, towards Hunter.
Towards Hunter.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, when that sewer comes out, I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
Yeah,
When the sewer comes out through there, and again, I don't think we have any idea when that'll happen, but probably not in too distant future, in my personal opinion. Isn't it already to Shaker Road?
Yeah, that's as close as it is at this time.
Closer to Shaker Road, which is, how far you guys know better than me? I go out there all the time, a mile. It's a mile from the main intersection in there. I expect it won't be too long. As soon as somebody buys a hunk of ground over there, that is zoned industrial, they're gonna have enough money to bring that sewer over there. I don't think there's any doubt about it. So I expect that to happen. And we have, as a township, when we redid our land use plan years ago, that is, no question, one of the areas that we had planned for commercial zoning to occur. Is that fair, Jeff? I mean, isn't that part of what we have always talked about?
Yeah, that's part of that intersection.
And various different commercial things, everything from maybe some multifamily to B1s to B2s to industrial.
Yeah, the yellow area on the map is the village area that is the mixed use discussion. The area that we're talking about specifically, I think probably was endorsed because it was existing commercial. The 2005 update.
I just expect it, I just want to be clear, I expect that's gonna grow out there, guys, it's not gonna not grow. You know, the south side on 122, the zone residential, how many acres is in there? 600? 500 or 600 acres.
It's split between Turtle Creek and.
And we know that they're gonna develop that someday, and they're gonna bring sewers out there. They'll have to, for that many houses on that block. Personal opinion, they will want to do that. And they'll bring sewers there, and they can certainly afford to do that whenever they want to. So I expect that to happen too. So, you know, Sleepy Red Lion, as long as I've been sitting here, I didn't want this place to grow. I've been here my whole life. There was 1,000 people here, almost half of that when I moved here in 1953. I didn't want to see it grow then either. But can't be the last one to move in and expect it to stay the same. Not gonna happen. Across the street from where I live, they built an industrial park. You know, I could have moved, or I could have bought the land and sat on it, or did what I wanted, but I couldn't afford it. It's gonna grow. So if you guys think it's not gonna grow out there, you might as well start looking for someplace else to move to, because it's gonna grow. Personal opinion, these guys may not agree with me, but it's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be real quick, but, you know, but UDF is the start, and I expect you'll see other things come in. And I'm not surprised that Mr. Wills wants to sell that corner as a business type zone. And he's asked for B2, don't know if it'll go there or where it's gonna go, but, I actually believe that some business use on that corner, personally believe, I don't know what these guys think. They're gonna tell you that in a minute, but I think a business use on that corner is an appropriate use for that corner. And I expect where you guys live to the west and to the north, some of that is going to expand also as Red Line grows. If they bring sewer out there and they take 600 acres and put 2,000 homes in there, there's gonna be businesses come out there. That's gonna happen someday. It may not be that far away. They're itching to do a large residential development. You guys may know that they started one over in the other part of Warren County a few years ago. So I'd be surprised if the Stolley family doesn't proceed with that or sell it to somebody who's gonna do that. And it's already zoned, all they need is sewers, in my opinion. Gentlemen, what do you guys think?
There's lots of houses to the north on 123 on the west side. I can't see are those?
Yeah, it's part of the Midvale subdivision.
Okay, so there's about a dozen houses to the north on the west side of 123.
About 18.
18?
Yeah, right on.
And about a dozen houses on the north side of 122.
Those houses keep right on going all the way into.
Right.
The Hunter, really, yeah. You do hit some larger lots going into towards interstate on 123. You hit that all the ways down.
I know there's going to be development, and this is the first blush of the conversations I've heard of this tonight. But what I'm seeing is if we have growth, if we have businesses come in developing to the east, I see that as manageable. I do go through that intersection fairly often. I don't know that putting a business with traffic coming in and out at that location would be help anything.
It's definitely gonna increase traffic. I don't doubt that. Everything is gonna increase traffic out there, I believe.
I too, I see the growth initially, and we say initially, and we've been waiting on it for a long time, being east of 741 at this point. We obviously know that the UDF development was gonna happen. I've got serious concerns about that corner being part of this, because there is a buffer. It does change right there. I understand that there's people in positions as we go on the outlying area. I travel that intersection very frequently, and that's how I get to I-75 every time I go from where I live, which is down 122, and then to the north. So, as a board, we listen to that development and we listen to those people. I would echo Mr. Wade's sentiment. It is definitely coming. There's no question about it. It's a matter of when. This is very similar to another situation we have in the township at the Pennyroyal intersection of 741. It literally grew right up to it, and that's kind of the piece that's left. I have two hesitations. One is they just got done redoing that entire project. I mean, it's not been that long ago. And we're watching the traffic patterns now versus what we used to get. I also come home a lot of the time up 122. I can't envision that. And we know that if we add business, it's not going to improve traffic flow. What I envision is people trying to skip the light if there's an access point from 123, which I see all the time, and going through a commercial plan and just jumping the light, basically. One entrance in and out. I would echo Mr. Downing, I believe, that either way you do it, they're gonna have to be going to the right. It's the same conundrum that 741 and 73 has. It's Shell station, the Speedway, and what used to be the BP station here in town. Whatever corner you're on is the direction you're going. So, I just, at this point, based on what I see, I have some reservations making that transition. Do I think at some point it would make sense when someone down the road comes in with a bigger plan, and that's not to offend anyone's homes who are up against it, but that would happen, not just on the corner, that would include more property probably, and whatever you'd be inclined to do at that time would be up to you, but probably include Bar Hero property as well. But this is a start and kind of a piece to the corner I'm not in favor of.
All right, if I have any, yes, sir, if you would.
Just a couple of quick comments.
This is Mr.
Do I need to come to the desk?
Yes, please, if you would. State your name again, please.
David Wills. With respect to B2 zoning and the intensity, the expected intensity, there are actually B1 type businesses that would create higher intensity in terms of traffic flow than certain B2 businesses. It's not necessarily the case that a B2 zoning correlates with increased traffic over and above a B1 zoning. Secondly, there is no direct correlation that I know of between business development and increase in crime rate. Neither does business development correlate with a depression of property values as far as I am aware. And I love my neighbors. I hear my neighbors saying what a pastoral setting it is, what a tranquil area, what a beautiful residential area. They don't live on my corner, number one, but then on the other hand, they're saying, what traffic, what traffic, what traffic? The traffic is exactly what makes it suitable for commercial application. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody have any other comments? Our process at this point, yes, sir, come on up.
It's Todd Allen. Hey, you know, Mr. Will's talking about it's suitable because of all the traffic, but is it going to be suitable for residential if it keeps increasing in the traffic? Problems we have with it, can't get in on our driveway, or the accidents we're going to have. Is that a benefit to our residential area? Are we going to just say, well, let's go industrial, think industrial down the road, what are we going to do with the residential people? You know, we're the ones that's going to be affected, you know, well, all of us down to the road, because we live it every day with the traffic and what goes on. And so, I mean, that's the thing, is we keep talking about, just because a lot of traffic doesn't mean it's the best spot for the business right there, because of all the, you know, with all the cars and the interchange, and it's busy, it's pretty tough down through that way, yeah. And, yeah.
Busy area.
Yeah, it is, I mean, so, I mean, it's on the residential part, the residents there that live there, we're residents for, that's our homes, you know, so, you know, we just, I'm not in favor, I'm in favor of progress too, but where you put your progress is one thing, you know, you can have, what's the difference between, you know, progress should be beneficial to everyone, and just not one person, you know, for business. Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody have anything else? Our process now would be to reset or adjourn the public hearing, then we'll go back to our regular meeting, and that's where we'll have some more discussion and have a vote one way to approve or deny or change the requested zone change. Okay. If nothing else, is there a motion to adjourn the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Okay, I have a comment personally. I think that it's a business, I said this before, business use corner. I don't think it's a B2. I think it should be a B1 with a PUD on it, so we can control a lot of the buffering, access points. Actually, the access is gonna be by ODOT anyway, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna dictate all of that.
Right.
If you had it as a PUD, it's something that the applicant has to willfully allow to be on their property. So before you have the ability for them to say, do you want a PUD, go through the additional process. If not, it's a straight zone
Okay.
change that you have the ability to act on tonight wholly on your site.
Okay. But if we wanted to change it to a B1, we would have to have a unanimous vote or just a majority?
Just a majority.
Well, you guys kind of said what you want, so I guess at this point, I guess what I'd like to do is entertain a motion of some type. You have a motion to approve, deny, or modify this.
I would make a motion to deny this.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Nay. Okay, it has been denied. You do have the ability, Jeff, what's the next step? He has the ability to appeal?
Well, it's a referendum that it sits in, so if petition drive, basically the last governor's election, to put it onto the ballot, says that this body erred and that the citizens, they get to vote on what's going on. Of course, he has requests to go through the process again once things change.
Okay. All right, thank you all very much. It was a good public hearing. We appreciate your comments. Thank you very much. Okay. Moving on to, can we go ahead and go through all the
Because everyone else can go. Yeah. We need to do that
Okay.
first. No, they have to add it to the agenda.
Okay. You want to go ahead and, shall we do this at the end? Or can we, you want to go ahead and do it now? Doesn't matter. Are you all right?
Doesn't matter when
All right.
you're ready.
We're at, oh no, wait, we've got another resolution at 70, so we need to move, okay, we'll get this after we do 70. All right, under new business administration, set a date for public hearing for Surveyor Farms lighting 3 district, Surveyor Farms 3 lighting district.
Yes, and I clarified a little bit on the process. There's the public hearing required to create a lighting district, which we hadn't done. I haven't seen it done. I asked a couple questions and Brian and I got together on it, and they submit their request with the drawings and the lights and the petition, and then it's presented to you, the board, and you set a public hearing not more than 30 days from when they present it. We have some notice requirements that we have to follow, 15 days, and some mailers and stuff, so the change in meeting dates in November might create a little havoc for them. But we'll figure it out. So if you're moving to November 30th, then I guess I'd say you would set the meeting date then, and we let them know that's the date.
That's too far, isn't it?
Well, it is, but I guess there could be an exception if they okay it,
Yeah.
if they accept it.
If they accept it. it's okay.
Sure, absolutely.
The 16th is too quick.
Yeah,
I don't know that we could get everything done for the 16th, is the problem.
Jeff? Jump in there.
Well, I just realized that the 9th, you've already set a public hearing for it, that we now don't have a meeting date for it. So, I was processing something else, my apologies for having that
We
wonderful
discussed that we
look.
did not set a public meeting for the 9th because it was only discussed at the
No,
last meeting.
that's
No,
that's
That was the-
the
That
zoning
was,
commission.
that was just the BZA element. We have
I'm sorry.
another hearing in Red Line that is set for the 9th, but we'll get to that. I'm sorry, you guys get to your public hearing and we'll fix mine and
The 9th
we'll
is
get going.
becoming a problem, we can eliminate the issue, it's, I just like to be able to attend as many as I can, if it's not.
Well,
too
half
much
of us can't be
inconvenience.
there, so it does make sense.
Are you, I'm sorry, I know that, pop up on scheduling members will also be gone on the 9th or 4th, so.
Well, that doesn't,
You could do all motions at
Vote on
one
the-
time.
Yeah, then you can vote on everything at once, be done in 5 minutes.
Maybe I need to
That's it.
move my flight on Monday tonight.
That's exactly right.
Well, we better set it for the 30th and see if you guys can get them to accept that.
yeah.
Okay. All right, is there a motion to set the public hearing for the Soraya Farm 3 Light District on November 30th?
Did you say 30th?
Mhm.
So,
Second,
Mr. Mearsclaw?
yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And we have anything else administration at this point? Police district, we have resolution 4770, a resolution accepting a donation from Kathy Ashcraft for the Clearcreek Township Police Department.
Ms. Ashcraft asked the police department to stop by her daughter, I believe it was her daughter's birthday party, and she loves police officers and and I got a very nice thank you card back from her expressing her daughter's love of police and that she appreciates being there and the $20 of it. So we called her back and asked her if she'd like to have her $20 back, because we could certainly do that for anybody else. And she chose to donate it. We gave her 2 chances for National Night Out or Safety Town, and she asked that we donate it to the $20 to Safety Town. So,
Very good. Okay, so motion to approve 4770 and accept this donation.
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yes. And we have a purchase recommendation.
the police department uses the Miami Valley Crime Lab for our forensic work and our APHIS work, which is the fingerprinting, as far as forensic aspect of that. We have a yearly fee on that. This year it's $6,985 for both of those combined. That's just a little bit over last year's. I want to say maybe $40 or $50, something like that. So I'd ask that the board allow us to re-up that with Miami Valley Crime Lab to get our forensic work done there for the year of 2016.
Okay, so motion to agree to continue our membership in the Miami Valley Crime Lab at $69.85.
Second,
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
yay.
Mr. Wade?
Anything else? Fire district, we have a grant application recommendation, request to apply for federal management agency for 15 and 16 assistance to firefighter grant for an operations, firefighting and safety equipment funding package, and also fire station facility safety modification funding package. Wow.
Yes,
A lot of thank you.
we apply for this every year. We look at our long-range capital items that we would have interest in, and we try to align it with what they identify as a priority, so it'll move us up on the list. Right now, power cots, which lift the patient for us, we're seeing an increase in our bariatric patients that we transport. And then we're gonna try for the sprinkler systems within the stations again. If the funding were to change, then we would, if they say tower cots are not one of the items we could get, we'll bump to a different item. We would be required to pay 10% of the contribution per litter.
Okay, so motion to direct the chief to apply for these federal emergency management agency grants.
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. And we have a resignation recommendation from Matthew Steve.
That's I can't talk, accepted a position with Children's Hospital in Cincinnati.
So motion to accept Matthew Spears' resignation.
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
yay.
Mr. Wade?
Will he be in the fire services down there, or?
It'll just be a paramedic.
They run their own ambulance?
Yeah, they have their own transport unit. I'm not sure if that's what he's doing or not. For the program.
Good for him. And we have a recommendation for fire software annual support for $3,100. Is this a renewal?
It's a renewal, same price as last year. It's our scheduling and accounting software we use for benefits.
Okay.
So, vacation, sick leave, all of that, what we track and input them. I'd love it to import to your years.
Well, I
But
already
it
keep
won't
track
do
of
it.
all that.
It's, so the employee sees it constantly, and then everything they project out for the
They
year.
get it on their paycheck every 2 weeks.
It's for scheduling purposes, though, I think.
Right.
But
That
the
would,
schedule, the scheduling's a whole other story.
right, it makes sure that with their benefits, they don't overreach to schedule their time off. So it kicks it back and says, well, wait, you don't have that much time off, you can't take off those 2 days in July, type thing.
Well, I mean, part of what the fire,
software's
when
important.
we brought it on was
Yeah.
to then get all the different battalions, everyone else stacking up so that you didn't have people asking out and you had to fill, so.
Please
that-
understand,
that all
he
that it-
needs
it's-
software
it is a-
scheduling.
It's a
Okay, I get
huge
that.
thing
Yes.
that, I'm sorry, I'm talking.
No, you're
It's
good.
It's a huge, huge apparatus.
It's a big beast, just for scheduling.
So motion to approve the purchase, reviewing this scheduling software.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay.
I have 2 other items to discuss with the board tonight. The first one I hope is easy. We had purchased helmets, and now we'll be taking helmets out of service that are reaching their lifespan end. I've got 2 choices. I can sell them to our guys, like we're doing the dollar retirement thing, or I can crush them with a sledgehammer. A lot of the guys have sentimental value to them. I would like permission to sell them for $1 to them.
We've already passed that motion. Yeah.
Didn't we pass that?
We've already passed a motion to let them do
What
that.
was it?
I
For
thought, I
helmet upon retirement?
thought it was upon
Or retirement on the
retirement.
helmet?
Right.
I viewed this as different, and I,
He's
It's a fair
probably
point.
right. It is a fair point.
But I also understand the sentimental value of their helmet. So,
Yeah, it's not saying we'll
yeah.
take all that.
Yeah.
what they do once they're gone.
I-
Just so they're not wearing.
Yeah, this is not.
Well, why was the reason we wanted to sell them for $1 instead of just give it?
It was for tracking purposes,
Okay.
so therefore, if a question came up 10 years down the road and they had that helmet sitting there, there was proof that they actually
There would be
purchased.
a receipt.
Right, they
Okay.
walk out with it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
We had that. Okay.
Yes, I remember that too.
Okay, is there a motion to allow the fire department to sell their outdated helmets to employees?
So moved.
Second,
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And next.
The engine did not meet its reserve of 49,000. We were fortunate that the rescue drew in 32,025.
What did we think of that?
We were hoping to get 10.
I was gonna say,
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Not quite, you know.
that's a first
Yeah,
step.
that'll be it.
Hey, that's on
We get
Everybody
7
Loves
cents.
Raymond
That's
every
right,
night.
that's right.
Video and
What did you say it brought in?
It brought in
32.
$32,025.
Where did the other one come in?
The medic unit, the ambulance brought in 9,025. The engine got up to 40,256, and we've been contacted by the high bidder to see if we would be interested in selling that engine for that amount, since it did not meet reserve. And I'm gonna seek your guidance on if you would like me to engage the conversation and sell it for that amount, try to negotiate somewhere in the middle, or go back out and relist the item to see where we get.
Personally, I don't think it's worth relisting. If you didn't get it then, you're probably not gonna get it up to the 49.
if you can get a little bit more.
I would say try to get them up a little bit, but if you have to sell for that, I'd sell it. Don't you guys think?
Tell him we'll take 44, and if he stays at 40, that's up between you and him and the negotiation.
That's up to you 3, I'll go wherever you tell me to go.
It sounds like they said you're okay, just get it sold, see if we
Yeah,
get
just-
44.
We don't want to keep it, but if you get it.
Throw in a helmet.
Is it anybody?
Throw in a dozen helmets if you want.
That was
Right, they're going for $1 a piece.
Yeah.
Well, don't tell them that.
So can I have a motion authorizing me to,
Right, we will definitely. Was it anyone around here by any chance?
I don't know, this is a broker representing the buyer.
Okay. Is there a motion to direct the chief to sell this unit? What you put in, we should put in what it is exactly. The year, you'll get that, if you get that.
I'll get you all the details on this.
Just email.
For not to be less than 40,900, was that right?
40,256.
40,256, and you will try to get a little more if you can.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard? Mr. Wade?
anything else?
I'm done, thank you.
Okay. And zoning department,
Yeah, I've added business for you, sir.
all right.
All right, so here's my issue. On October the 12th, I have 30 days from that date to set a public hearing for the pending additional zone change. So that's why we set it for November the 9th. Do we have any days if we have quorum on November the 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th that I can push that hearing?
Not that it makes a difference while you guys are looking, but I did get back to my conference on the 11th. Like I said, I'm the least here.
I can't do it on the 11th unless, let's see, I have a, it'll probably be 6 o'clock or 6:30, I'll have a meeting. But before that, I can do it. The meeting's right here in town.
And really, when this went through, it was not as contentious as the last request originally. But I don't know what it'll bring at your level. But it was truly a 10-minute zoning commission segment, so.
12th is open for me. 10th is open.
12th may work for me too, that's when I get back, I'm trying to see exactly when my travel is.
What do you think, Chris?
I leave Monday, I'm out of Cincinnati in the afternoon.
Gotcha. That can work with me.
The 12th is what was it?
Yeah, if that's our options, that's the only option for me, unless we did Monday morning. But I don't even know that, I'm trying to find my. Yeah. No, I'm not worried about that.
That looks like 12th's the it.
We're moving our meeting on the 9th to the 12th.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to
5:30.
move the whole meeting or just move my public hearing, that's,
Why don't we just move the entire meeting to the 12th and
Yeah, I like that idea.
start at 5:30? Can we do that if it's only gonna be a short?
yeah, it truly should not take long.
Okay.
So, do we need two motions? One to move the meeting to the 12th and then the second one to do Jeff?
What do you think, Jack? 12th all right with you?
Yeah, as far as
A
I'm.
regular full meeting? Okay. All right, is there a motion to move the November 9th meeting to November 12th?
So move.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. And is there a motion to set a public hearing for 5:30 on November the 12th? And you'll give them the information.
Yeah, it was the previously scheduled from the October the
Okay.
12th meeting.
So moved.
Second?
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yeah.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yeah. Okay. Anything else, sir?
At this point in time, that's all I'll try to cram into that meeting.
All right.
No, thank you.
So, road department? Scott?
I have nothing for the agenda, but just to let you know, we did get our brine system installed and it is up and working. So
Ready to go, hopefully they'll use it.
we'll test it soon with just water. So if you get calls about brine on the road, it's probably water.
Okay.
You don't
We
want to
will.
scare people.
It happens every year when we go out and test them. People freak out, think we're putting brine down or wasting money or something, but it'll just be water.
Okay. All right. Staff updates, so we just did the meeting thing. Now, we really need to set the next meeting though, because we're gonna change that date also.
To the 30th?
Um,
Do you want to wait until the 12th to do that? To give Mr. Cameron maybe time to see what he wants to do in December?
Yeah. Doesn't matter to you.
Well, we just decided on a public meeting for the 30th that we
Oh,
we're gonna
we
try
are
to sell
meeting
to them
the
to do it.
Okay.
Oh, that's
So
right.
the 30th is what it is.
That's right.
Okay.
30th, we're on.
Yeah.
Can we amend the motion that where we moved it to the 12th and amend it to move the 23rd to the 30th? Amend that
Do it.
motion?
It's easy as we do
Okay.
that.
Sure.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question? Thanksgiving will be that Thursday and Friday before the Monday.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is what was the problem with Monday, the 23rd?
We were just shifting the entire month a little bit forward to compensate for other things.
It really doesn't do us any good to pay bills on the 12th and then come back a week later and pay bills and then wait 3 weeks. Unless the 30th is bad.
It just, you have Thanksgiving, the day after, you have 4 days before the meeting that nobody's gonna be here. So, I mean, if you wanna do the meeting like that Wednesday and get it done before the holiday weekend. I just didn't know what the deal was with the 23rd.
What difference is there between Wednesday night and Monday night, I guess?
I'm
mean,
not gonna,
staff-
I'm gonna get everything together for Wednesday anyway, cause I won't be here Thursday and Friday.
Right.
It doesn't make any difference to me.
Just if anything comes up, that it won't be dealt with.
I'm in town, I don't care.
I don't care, I mean, I don't know what would come up in the.
I only worry about
4-day window,
staff having to be here after 5 o'clock on
Stuff
the
comes
night
up.
before the holiday.
but That's a good point. We did give them Friday off, so.
Well, that's because they got Columbus Day though, so. I mean, if staff doesn't mind staying, I'm good with Wednesday.
We could also move it up.
Yeah, we can move it to 3 o'clock on Wednesday.
That make any difference? What do you guys think? I'd say move it up. Move it up and put it on Wednesday.
23rd earlier.
Well,
Aren't we still having a meeting on the 30th?
we are, because we've got.
No, you could just do the public hearing the 23rd.
Yeah, we wouldn't have to convince them to move it. Well, you know,
The public hearing.
Older than 30 days.
So
On
the
the lighting
Soraya
district.
Farms, we're gonna move, we're
Right,
gonna amend that motion to make it the,
23rd.
We didn't,
whatever. Yes, we did, we voted on it for the Soraya Farms lighting.
but I don't know that you picked the dates, cause we didn't,
sure.
you said we'd
Yeah,
talk
we
about it
did.
in the staff
Yeah, we did.
update?
Write it down.
Yeah, we just. That's okay.
I guess I can.
Would you entertain a thought of maybe doing the meeting like early, like at 9 o'clock in the morning, or 8 o'clock? or
The
something
public
like that?
hearing may be inconvenient at that point. for
never
the-
mind.
I don't, the only people who are gonna come are the Sarai Farm people.
Right,
Oh, that's true. It's just-
So 9 o'clock's probably
I'm-
better for them.
I'm not concerned with leaving it on the 30th, but that's just me, so,
Well, that just make us 3 meetings. Oh, you mean the whole meeting?
yeah.
Okay. Well, why don't we do it on let's move it to the 23rd and on 9 o'clock in the morning. Get those meetings done.
25th.
25th, yeah.
25th, okay.
25th at 9 AM.
All right, yeah.
I'm not gonna write it down
So everybody pay
So
attention,
we're
I
gonna
sent you the
pencil.
minutes, okay?
Call me today, Greg.
It'll be posted on the website, Steve.
That's number 2 for you today, Troy.
Okay.
While everybody's looking, this is gonna be really quick.
We need a motion.
We already have, I just amended them. The dinner for the Township Association, you gotta take a check with you. I've already cut checks, we're not cutting any more checks until after that. So I would need a motion from you guys to allow me to pay that so that you guys could take a check with you. I'm not available to go that evening, it's Mason's Chamber of Commerce's annual dinner, so I won't be there. And I think Mr. Mearspaw already has plans too, so it'd just be you two, you, Chris and Jack, are gonna go.
Okay,
I just would need an authorization to write a check.
I already told you, you know, these things. I'm going,
You are?
yes.
Okay. Or you could pay and I reimburse you. It's up to you, Mr. Wyatt.
You're gonna go.
I suppose.
How much
It
is
is
it?
paid.
How much is it?
Did the thing,
I
the
don't-
flyer say
$15.
she'd bill?
There's nobody to bill.
Because the short notice payment is due upon the evening dinner.
Or you get a receipt there and send it in?
To the dinner. And
Yeah.
mail after the dinner we can mail it to
Okay,
Sharon.
then, okay, I was meant to share it here.
Yeah, mail it to Sharon.
I apologize, I just saw that and wanted to get a check to you.
That's,
Okay.
that's
We
fine.
need a reservation for 3.
You gonna go, Jack?
Hopefully I won't be able to go if the
They
games
win
go
tonight?
as they're supposed to. Then I gotta win 2 more.
Oh, all right, work that down, okay, something. Okay. we have resolution 4771 authorizing the township administrator to renew the health insurance coverage for the period covering December 2015 through September 30th of 2017. And it has, as I'm sure all of the, talks about the United Healthcare PPO, Affordable Care, the council will be funded 100% of the deductible in 2016 and 17 by the township, beginning with the first payroll process date in January. Applicable IRS regulations will govern the health savings account and individuals' use of that. Okay. So a motion to approve. Go ahead.
I'm confused. Did we put the verbiage in here about the PPO just because of the people that, this reads like it's a dual option to me, or is that just for the people that can't change over?
The PPO has to be in place for December.
Yes.
Oh,
Sorry,
for
thank you.
December.
So
Okay.
it should just
That's right.
carve out December.
Yeah, it just carves out the 1 month thing, that's right.
But shouldn't that say 15?
I changed Linda's copy, I caught that error. Linda says 15, the
Okay.
copies say 16.
That's why I was
The
confused.
Sorry.
original's right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What are you reading?
Well, you know,
He's not like Congress, he reads it before he votes on it.
thanks, Linda. Thanks, Steve.
Forward into pictures.
That was a,
Excellent, I'm happy.
Wow.
Howard.
Okay, is there a motion to approve 4771?
so moved.
Second.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Okay. Anybody have anything else to bring up before we recess this meeting and go into executive session? Is there a motion to recess the meeting? So moved.
Second.
Mr. Mearsclaw?
Yay.
Mr. Gabbard?
Yay.
Mr. Wade?
Yay. There won't be any business to conduct when we come back.